the our president is up here. Thank you, sir, for sticking with us despite the frustration. It is good to have you here. David, let me send you the mic. Let me send you the course mic. Please, N6, you can request the mic back. Peter is here. So, guys, make some noise. Let the world know Peter is up and he is here on space with Nigerians. We had over 20 something thousand people on the space the last time, and it we had to crash that space to start it. Sir, can you hear us, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry for the frustration, sir.
Thank you so much, David. Hello. Let me first start by most sincerely apologizing to all of you. I wish it's something you can see me. I need to kneel down and apologize to all of you. It's a nightmare trying to get by. At the time, I was meant to believe David that there must be something wrong. There must be conspiracy or something here. But thank God we got here and everything. So I sincerely apologize. Mine for us is just to have what I can call a sort of a family meeting to be able to reassure everybody that we remain on course in this journey. That is going to be a difficult, tedious, painful journey, but that we must all remain on course. It is not going to be easy, but this is what we've committed to. We're all committed that we must change the situation of our country. We all regret being part of this situation, very shameful situation we find ourselves today. And in order to change it, we must remain on course. We must remain strong. I know how painful, how depressed most of you are. But if you check what we've been able to achieve in just a year, imagine what will happen if we remain on course for a few years. Right now, we're in the courts. The tribunal is going on well. I can't predict what the outcome will be, but I'm very optimistic the outcome will be okay because even the judges themselves are on trial. I just plead that all of us remain peaceful, law-abiding, making sure that whatever we do, whatever we say, stays within the rule of law, what is allowed within the law. I assure you, in the end, the God that is seeing the pain and suffering of Nigerians will see us through. I'm very upbeat about that. I know how difficult it is for me personally and what I'm going through personally, but we must continue. I know most of you have questions on this. Please, if there's anything you want me to clarify, please feel free.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you here on the platform. I must say that for the past couple of weeks, obedience, your supporters that have carried this whole your message behind your back, that have done a whole lot of hard work for you, for the movement for a new Nigeria, have been feeling let down by the system. The system has really it has crushed a whole lot of us, and we have found we're at that point whereby we have been looking for a voice to listen to you, to hear you speak, and I think you came at the very right time. So people are here, they want to ask you questions, and we want to make sure that everybody can talk to you. Nigerians can talk, your people can talk to you, they can ask you questions as much as possible. But we cannot open the floor to everyone. So, guys, if you're listening to us on the platform right now, you're welcome to the Power Facts space with Peter Obi. Please, if you have a questions for him, just go straight to the comment section. Use the hashtag Peter will be on Parallel Facts. You have to use the hashtag, and we'll be reading your questions for those that we cannot bring up here. But we're going to try our best to bring up as many people as possible. And if you're up here, please keep your questions as short as possible. We are not going to allow any question beyond a minute so that we can take as many as possible. You all know how much people want to speak to him, how much people want to interact with him, We're going to give all our people a chance to speak and talk to the man today. So thank you, sir. It's a pleasure sharing this platform with you. David, David, my brother, thank you. N6, I cannot see you. Please request the mic. I don't know what to do anymore. I've done my best to try and bring you up here. So I'm gonna yield the mic right now to David. David, if you have a question for our guy, you can start. If not, I think we can start allowing people come up here to ask him questions. I'll let him interact with the people. If not, David, I will yield the mic to you right now. Thank you.
So I would actually like to pass him across to the audience, so to speak, as quickly as possible. But I guess the one I don't know if to call it a question or a clarification that I would like to ask for the benefit of the audience is with regard to the status of the actual petition in courts. And the reason I'm asking this question is that because of the news that emerged on Friday, the flurry of judgments uh, across different courts regarding the purported swearing ceremony on Monday, there's several pieces of misinformation and disinformation swirling around, and there are a number of people who seem to be under the impression that the judgments delivered last week somehow have some sort of a bearing on the subsisting issue at the presidential election tribunal. So I just like Peter Obi himself to officially clarify what is happening and debunk some of these narratives so that we can sort of sing from the same crib sheets going forward.
Well, why we cannot say I'm not I won't say what is up the actual position of what will be the outcome of our case filed in the tribunal. But remember that we have several issues which we're asking the tribunal to be able to deal with. Number one, David, being the issue of the constitutional interpretation of the 25% of FCT. It is a constitutional issue, and that is a critical one. The others being some other issue of what we're dealing with INEC, being able to show the infractions in the process. That is, as we start going on with trial, which will commence on Tuesday, people will see what our case is hinged on. I would say what the decision of the court will be, because ours is to present our case, decision is theirs. And I believe that they're two on trial. It is not going to be easy, but the judiciary itself is on trial in this process. All I'll say is that we're committed to it and we're going to be there. It's going to take a while, maybe within the next 1 or 2 months. The problem people have is that all of us believe that after inauguration, it will be impossible to get justice. But I always keep reminding people that I went through it for 3 years and somebody was in office. Eventually, I got justice. I went through it in course of my life. I've had to upturn and come back with 3 governors. I did it when I won an election in 2003 and stayed for 3 years. When I was impeached, somebody else took over as the governor. Again, I was able to obtain my impeachment, which the court said was wrongly impeached, and came back. And they conducted the election, and I went for tenure interpretation. Eventually, I was again able to come back from that situation. So for me, really, It is a case where all we need is, let's go through it, believing in the rule of law, that the law will prevail, that we'll get justice. If in the end is otherwise, we will all sit down as a family and decide the way forward. All I can assure you is that not at any time will I, in this process or in this journey, either compromise or be part of what is wrong. For me, the process is everything. The process through which people get everywhere, it must be far more fundamental than what they do thereafter. So I'm committed to it, and I believe that all of us can stay in it.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, thank you. I think I would like to follow up because many people come and they reach out to me and they say, Saddam, P.O. always say he has gotten justice before in the courts, but the courts then and the courts now are not the same. You know that they are different, and that the courts now, and I'm like, probably when you come on this platform, you can explain to the people to understand why, if you had faith in the court then, when many people did not have faith in the court, and many people do not have faith now also in the court, why you still...
Well, people think I only went to court when I was in politics. No, I've actually gone to court as a private citizen. I sued federal government of Nigeria when they banned used vehicle in Nigeria. I sued federal government of Nigeria because then I was a private citizen. And I sued them and I said, nobody who can afford new vehicle buys a used one. You cannot stop people from buying what they can afford. I sued the system. It was police when they banned Molu in Lagos. It was on the same condition. I said, listen, you can't just see somebody who can afford Molu. Everybody wants an air-conditioned vehicle. So unless we challenge that, we cannot say, as they have faith in judiciary. And if they fail, they are part of this system we're trying to change. Nobody's going to be free if anything goes wrong. Anarchy consumes everybody. We've seen everybody end up in IDP camp in various parts of the world, including the high and mighty. So it's not going to... What we're saying here is that we want to make the system better. Today, everybody is unsafe in the country.
Are we struggling to have you, sir?
Yes, I'm here. So for me, let's go through it. The judiciary might seem to have changed, but I still believe in it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. And before I go on, please, I just want to make a passionate plea. Please, if you're on the comments, if you can see my co-host N6, David, please help me check if you can see N6, please. It will be a pleasure to bring up N6 here. If you can see N6 if you're on the space and you can see N6, please let me know. Just hit me up on the comment section so I can bring you up to bring him up here. All right. I think let's open up the space for Nigerians to interact with our presidential candidate. Guys, please retweet the space. Let people know that Peter Obi is live on the Parallel Facts right now, and we can use the hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts to ask questions, because that is the only way we can read questions. We have close to 3,000 comments on the comment section, and I cannot read all those questions. So it is important that we get you guys using the hashtag. Please, guys. Thank you. All right, let's take the first speaker for the day. If you're up here also and you want to ask a question, please, your hands should be up. So we can take a queue. If not, we have to drop and bring other people up. Thank you. All right, Madam Mary White, you have the space, please. Okay, Jimmy, sorry, please. Let's take a lady, then I'll come to you, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Mary White, you have the space, please, in a minute. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, sir. It's good to talk to you today. My question is, sir, your energy level, your worker level is next to none. So my question to you, what I mean is that today you're in London. The same day, it's likely you'll be in Nasarawa, and the other day you are in another state, and you still maintain this high energy. And as a young person, to me, I'll be honest to you, I'm kind of envious. So for me, is what is your secret? And before we you can answer the question, I have a bigger fan here in the name of my mom who just wants to say hi for a few seconds.
Hello, good afternoon, Your Excellency, Mr.
Good
Peter.
afternoon, Mom.
I am a concerned Nigerian, and I am
Thank you.
100% obedient.
Thank you, Mom.
We, the people, are solidly behind you.
Thank you,
And
Mom.
we pray that God will help us reclaim our mandate.
Well, Mom, we're committed to it. And I'm sure God that is seeing the pain and the suffering of people in this state will help us to stop this criminality that our nation
Victory
is
is
going through
ours.
today.
Victory
And
is
I'm
ours.
sure it will happen.
Yes, and I say victory is ours. Nigeria is
Thank you,
our
Mom.
country. Nigeria is our country, and Nigeria must survive.
It
Long
must.
live the obedience. Long live the
Thank
obedience.
you.
Long
Thank
live
you,
you,
Mom.
Mr. President, my
Thank
president.
you. Thank
Long
you.
live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
My sister, I don't have any other energy that's better than you have. All I do is that we must be able to fight this, and I can tell you, it is the energy in you, the obedience that are committed in what we're doing. For me, like I keep saying, my desperation is to see Nigeria work, not to be the president, but to see it work. And I know it can work. We can have this pool of talented, committed people and allow criminals to hijack the process. Look at what we're going through. Look at the waste. If you see the struggle now to be anything, look at the amount of money we wasted going through election, spending over $1 billion to conduct an election that nobody will in any way assess as one. Look at even the cancelled so-called census. We haven't even started. We spent a fortune before we can. So we can't go on like this, where people have taken the only thing that thrives in this country today is criminality, and they can't continue. So I'm pleading for all of us to stay on course. It's you that is giving me the energy, your support, your belief in this movement that is giving me the energy.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, Jimmy can come in now with your question.
Right. Good day, Your Excellency. I don't really have any question. I just want to say one or two things. I just want to express my sincere gratitude and to let you know, right, that we, the obedient, we are right behind you. Total support. Hmm? But
Thank you.
this is the warning I actually want to pass to you, sir. Please eat well. Hmm? Morning, afternoon, and night. Don't break anyone. Don't say you want to fast. Eat well. We don't want a malnourished president. We don't want you staggering when you want to take
No,
over.
thank you
Eat
very much.
well.
Thank
Take
you.
your medication. Stay healthy. We need a healthy president. We don't want a
Thank
shaky
you.
president. Please.
Thank you very much.
And sir, please, I beg, do not apologize on our behalf again. Biko. Don't.
Well,
Because we are with all due respect, 1 minute. We are dealing with demons. We will handle them. Let us handle. You do your own political thing. Don't worry. Do the whole briefcase thing. Shake them. Talk to them. We go handle them. Iron sharpness iron. We go handle them. Don't worry. It is politics. We will handle them.
Let me plead on that one. Let me plead on that one. Let me plead on it.
All right.
You
Go ahead.
know, we're trying to change the system. You know, when people say that apologize, they mention that the other people don't apologize. What I would plead with you is to know that we're trying to change a system, and we must believe that when we're wrong, we will say we're wrong. When we do things that are not right, we'll. So apologizing is the part of that new Nigeria we want to build. Being respectful is part of it. Being this is part of it. We can disagree with our fathers. There's nothing wrong in that. But when we do, we'll still apologize to them. Even if they're wrong, we still apologize to them because they're fathers. There's a lot of respect. I'm not saying, I know what the obedience, I know what all of us are going through. Nobody has seen me defend it. I believe that you're the right cause because nobody can go through what people are going through in Nigeria today. You'll be lucky if you remain sane. It's enough to drive anybody to insanity. You know, where you live, where you see people who are supposed to manage the assets of the country turn themselves into robbers and everything. So there's no way. We've done what we need to do. We must do the right thing. The country must survive.
Okay, sir. So if you want to apologize, you can apologize on your own behalf. See obedient, eh? You just
Okay, no,
give
okay.
and leave us because if you say
No,
one day,
no, I take that.
so
Apologies will be on my behalf.
on
And
behalf,
not
not
on you, on behalf of the
uh-huh,
family. It will be on behalf of just
uh-huh.
strictly Mr. Peter Obi.
Because if
The
it's on
family is
behalf,
not included.
if it's on behalf of Obi, you go apologize, tire. If you do this one here, I go whip another one. Right, more court. You go just apologize. They go. So on behalf of you,
You don't
apologize. No
you,
problem.
you don't
Moving
do a bit,
forward.
Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank
Moving
you.
forward, guys, please don't come here and ask any questions about the ongoing court case. Please do not do that because it's still in court. We don't want a situation whereby you'll be speaking about what is not actually meant to be spoken of. So please keep your question very simple, short, and straightforward. Thank you very much. Back to you now, Saddam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother Jimmy. Thank you, sir. And that's just one part of the movement you have not been with, you have not spoken to. So you see that I think he speaks for majority of us. Please, just going forward, I'm happy that you came up here and say you can only speak for Mr. Peter Obi and Obedient Movement. We're on our own. We're fighting this fight on our own because we ran for these elections using you. So please, you should understand.
I've always said that. And I've always said people, even when I was campaigning, you know, you see where David will say something, they'll say, David is this. I say, listen, David is on his own. He's even this. They say, I studied this. I said, these people even disagrees with me. And that is the new family we want to build, where people can assert themselves and say, you're wrong, you know, because I'm not perfect. I'm not consistently wrong, and I apologize where I am. But I want us to build a family where we can be together, believe, even when we're talking about new Nigeria, people say, oh, Peter Obi can do it. I said, no one person can do it. I wouldn't do it alone. If we had succeeded, we would have sat down and bring the best people on board. And all of us will go into it and try to change it. And if we find anybody wanting, we won't even take 1 second to throw the person overboard and move on with another new person because this must work.
Thank you
I
very much,
work
sir.
in a system where I've always had people challenge me. In my 8 years of being governor, go ask any commissioner who work with me, they all still very close to me. They all disagree with me. You know, people will walk into my office and say, how can your commissioner be talking like this? You know, ask him to do something, say that I'm coming from the governor. He said he doesn't know who is the governor. I said, because he's the commissioner. We are all co-partners in this struggle. All I assure you that you will not find me wanting. My style may appear to be a little bit weak and everything. And I always tell people, humility is not weakness. It is a virtue. There's nothing wrong in saying I'm sorry, and I'll continue to say I'm sorry. But we'll get there. As long as I don't do what is wrong or offend the family, I have to add a bit of my own style. And I allow other people to do theirs as well. And if there's a place where we need to sit down and discuss, we'll discuss as a family.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay, let's take more people in the conversation right now, guys. If you want to ask questions, I'll be taking questions on the comment sections and using the hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. That is the hashtag we're trending today, and that's what we'll be asking questions from. So please, if you ask any questions, use that hashtag behind it. If not, I won't be able to read your questions. So please, very important to use the hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Thank you, guys. All of you on the platform right now, you can retweet the space, you can share the space, let people know that our president is up here and he's speaking. So I'm going to take the next question. Let's take a lady right now. Madam Clarita, you've been here for long, so I'm going to give you a minute to ask your question. Thank you very much. You have a minute, ma'am.
Thank you, Emir Saddam. Good evening, sir. It's a pleasure to have you on the space, and it's crazy to see the number of people who have joined the space. I'm going to keep my questions short. I have two questions. The first question is, following the unfortunate outcome of the presidential election, we have seen some Western governments who are, supposed to uphold democracy, validating the unconstitutional outcome of this election. How does that make you feel? And my second question is, your decision to run under the Labour Party, inspired a lot of young people to take the bold step into politics, myself included. I contested for the House of Reps seat for Oguja Yala federal constituency, and it was my first time, contesting for any electoral office. Yeah, but it was a very unpleasant experience, to watch the very flawed electoral process, especially as a young woman. It was very demoralizing, and I just wanted to ask if
People like you. This year, everything went into a rush. Don't be demoralized. You have for enemy all those who live off the old order. Even those you're trying to better their life, because they're not sure whether you will succeed, are on the fence. So bringing a change is a very difficult thing. I've been in this process. I contested the election in Anambra State after I had 3 years of campaign, spending a fortune of my own resources. I was in comfort. Nobody is going to, because my own office as governor, the budget to refurbish it, approved budget, from my predecessor was 292 million naira, and I spent only 43 million renovating it. And the house, because they were to benefit from it, said I didn't go through the due process. And that was my number one reason for being impeached. Number two item, and that's where I was up, was same thing. They had a budget of refurbish the governor's lodge, and on these two items, I was impeached for doing the wrong thing. When I presented my case in the court, everybody was. So, if you're going through this, it is a difficult, painful thing. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. Look at what is happening to the capital. Build a house for them in Abuja. Build a house for them in their village. So if I'm governor of Anambra State, they'll build a house for me in Oka, build it in my village, build it for me in Abuja, and pay me where they change my cars every 2 years or every 3 years. So when I said to people that Anambra State have not bought me a bottle of Coke since I left, people are saying you're crazy, you're useless, you're this. At times, even your family members are questioning what are you doing? Are you the only human being? So it is difficult. But remember, we believe that we must change this because we're on the right course. Otherwise, we'll consume everybody. So please do not be deterred, do not be demoralized. I know you've spent your time, your energy, your resources. It is.
Benjamin, you have to ask a question and ask a question, and we can keep the conversation rolling. Thank you, Mr. Benjamin. Have the minute, please. Thank you.
Thank you, host. Your Excellency, my President-elect, Mr. Peter Obi. This is Benjamin Mayor Emidan. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to
Thank
be
you.
part of this great program today. I don't have any question for you, sir. If I'm asking you questions as if I don't know what is going on in the obedient movement, I just want to come here and give you the accolade that you deserve. Do not forget, 1 year and a day making it today, the day you left PDP, and we all followed you to Labour Party. And since that 1 year, you have given nearest future. This will be part of the change, the agent of change that you have created. And I just want you to know is that the journey that you are embarking on, you are not on it alone. We all started all this together. We are with you till the end. Do
Thank
not be
you.
afraid. Do not be afraid. Anything, anyhow, we did. You know, you didn't send letter to us to come and ask us to join you. We joined your movement voluntarily because we know
Thank
that is
you.
the only way we can save this country. So
Thank you.
anybody telling us we can't do it, we can do it. We believe in you. We have thrown you up and down. We set you. There is no single of corruption traced back to you while you were in government, even as a private citizen. This is one of the most important things that we need in a politician that will become a president of a country. That's the reason why most of us who also have that part, who have that mind to say this is what we can do and beat hand on our chest. That's the reason why we are supporting you, sir. Like I said,
Thank,
I have no question. Be rest assured,
thank you.
take your
And
medication,
please,
eat your food, you are healthy.
thank you very much. But I also plead with all of you, if there's anything you think I'm not doing right, please feel free to tell me. Know that I'm a human being. I make my own mistakes and everything. There might be things that I've done in the past or I'm doing that is not right. Please tell me. If it's something that I need to explain, I'll explain my reason for doing it and all that. All I assure people is that I will not knowingly. I'm one person who has sworn with my life and my children that I will never knowingly
Yes, yes,
knowingly
yes, Your Excellency.
do
We
anything
have
that is wrong or
yes, Your
take
Excellency.
government money.
We have
So
it. We
for
have a
me,
sheet.
please don't be advising me from. We must be a family that advises each other, tell each
Yes, sir.
other when you're wrong.
Yes,
Especially,
sir.
I want to hear bad news always.
So we don't have bad news. We have what they call virulent space. There we'll be able to criticize ourselves and correct ourselves. That is what we're doing
Thank
there,
you.
sir. So if you have done anything wrong, just like what my brother said, Jimmy, we'll say stop apologizing on our behalf because we have this thick skin that we put on. Anything that come on social media with the chest and nothing they happen, all of us they here. So anything that
Yeah.
has to do whether you are doing well, whether you are not doing well, we always have a way to communicate with you, sir. The people on
Thank you.
that virulent space will not they say because say is preferential will give me a preferential treatment. We are looking for a way to repair Nigerian. That is what you have started. You cannot go away from it, and that is what we are all doing. We tell people to the face, this is what you have done, and this is wrong, sir. So as of the moment, I can tell you categorically, you have not done anything wrong so far. You only apologize on our behalf as a father that you are. We can understand that. But there are some people that does not deserve your apology. Thank you. I rest my case, sir.
Thank you.
Saddam, real quick before you go ahead, sir, let me use this opportunity to let you know about Parallel Facts. It was born out of this movement. It is a platform that you can use it as a reference to good and factual news, the real news, because now we have different kinds of media being controlled by the NBC. They tell them to do this, to do not to do this, to say this and not to say that. And Parallel Facts is just going to be giving us the news the way it is. For example, if they say Tinubu peace for body, oh, na so it be. It won't be like, oh, the president had a water spilled on me. No, he peace for body, na so it go be. So, sir, watch out for Parallel Facts. You can follow it. It's a place you can refer to as a source of fact, good news. It is what it is. They're not sugarcoating it. They tell you the way it is. It might come late, but it's true. Thank you so much. Back to you now, Saddam.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I've been ah, God have mercy. Thank you, sir, for joining us. I think let me just introduce my co-host, one of us that is here, N6. To bring him up here has been another tax on himself. As in to bring you up here, N6 is more difficult than bringing P2B. I don't understand whether you're also running for presidency or you ran for presidency, but you're here right now. Please let's keep the conversation rolling, guys. A question each for a minute, for 1 minute per question. Let us. We have hundreds of requests and over 4,000 questions down there in the comment section. So I don't know how you guys are going to do it, but you're going to be here for a very long time because Obedience really want to speak with you. They want to hear you speak. Many people are banking on hearing you speak as a source of hope for them. I think I'll yield the mic right now to N6. N6, you are coming right now. Then I'll come back to our speakers. Thank you. N6, are you there? All right. I think N6 is struggling with his network still. Let's take a lady. Then I'll come back. We'll come to you, N6, if you're ready.
Excellency, thank you
Good
for
evening, my
joining us
sister.
here. Right. So initially, I was going to ask a question, but then, I know you're a man of faith. You have described your journey as being one of with the grace of God and a miracle in itself. And so I was listening out to the Holy Spirit, and it came to me that I needed to read out Psalm 91 because I know that you're not telling
Very
us all
good
you're going
sound.
through. It is indeed. I am reading the
Very good sound.
amplified. I am reading the amplified version, and it speaks to the security of the one who trusts in the Lord. It
Yes.
says, verse 1, he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will remain secure and rest in the shadow of the Almighty, whose
Point.
power no enemy can withstand. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God in
And
whom I
he,
trust, with confidence and on whom I rely. For he will save you from the trap of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you and completely protect you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a wall. You will not be afraid of the terror of night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor of the destruction, sudden death that lays waste at noon. A danger will not come near you. You will only be a spectator as you look on with your eyes and witness the divine repayment of the wicked as you watch safely from the shelter of the Most High, because you have made the Lord, who is your refuge and my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil will befall you, sir, nor will any plague come near your tent, for he will command his angels in regards to you to protect and defend and guard you in all your ways of obedience and service. I'll say that again: to protect and defend and guard you in all your ways of obedience and service. They will lift you up in their hands so that you do
opposite
not
of God.
even strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent. You will trample on the foot, because he has set his love on you. Therefore, he will save you. I will set him securely on high, because he knows my name. He will set you securely on high, sir, because he knows your name. He confidently trusts and relies on God, knowing you will never abandon him, no ever. You will call upon God and he will answer you. You will be with him in trouble. He will be with you in trouble. He will rescue you and honor you.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you. When you said that, I said a very strong psalm, and I assure you, We're all here by His grace. It is by His grace. That's why I said that those who abuse power are abusing grace of God. Whatever we are in life is by His grace. And you cannot afford to abuse His grace. And I assure you, this is our journey. We will succeed by His grace.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, sir.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you very much, sir. That was worth it. That was a wonderful prayer there. Okay, let's keep the conversation rolling. Mr. Joe Obedient, you have the space in a minute, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Good day, Your Excellency. Good evening. It's an honor speaking to you. Happy 1 year anniversary in Labour Party. You have done the unthinkable, the nearly impossible. I'll be very quick. My first thing to say is, please, Excellency, I don't know if it's safe for you to do it, but please open more exposure for us like you did with the oil test. I'm sure you have a lot of other information of things going wrong in Nigerian economy. More exposés like you did with the oil theft, the level of oil theft. There is a lot happening in Nigerian economy that we don't know. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I am asking that you should please help us with more exposés, informations you have about things going wrong in the economy that we, general masses, don't have access to or don't know about, or we have been ignorant about, because that was a very small at the beginning, but it was very deep and it exposed a lot.
No, definitely. You know, I said everything that is a criminalized system. You know, and that is why you see us politicians, people doing all sorts of things to. If it is going to work, the level of aggression, the expenditure, and everything would drastically reduce. And that is why we must have a process that is transparent, because once that starts, that will be begin of building a new Nigeria that will solve this problem. All these problems we're going through. So thank you. I will continue in that direction. Now it's like I'm focused on this trial. When it's true, either way, we'll continue.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Let's take a lady right now. We'll be skipping it, one guy, one lady. Next, so I'm bringing up someone that I will describe as one of your top soldiers on social media. She goes, when I mean literal war, she goes to war, defending you on her own against a whole lot of enemies that come after you. So and yesterday was her birthday, so I promised her that you're going to wish her happy birthday, and she's here up here.
Oh, you would have given me. I wish you can even send me a number and everything so that I can send it personally to her. But
let her speak. Let her speak. Probably you can wish happy birthday to her directly. Thank you, sir. Distinguished, Oluchi, you have the space. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. My name is Oluchi.
Good evening, my sister.
And I'm dialing in from the United States. I'm a big fan. I don't even know what to say right now. Like, I'm so excited talking to you. I've been telling everyone on the timeline, like, I'm definitely going to pass out if I say hello to you. But it's such an honor being here talking to you. And I've never had to speak to any leader in Nigeria. You don't understand what you're doing for us right now. We love you, Peter Obi, and we're solidly behind you. Wherever you go, whatever you want, whatever it is, just let us know. We love you. Now, I just have one question, and this is concerning the incident that happened at the UK airport. I have been worried about that incident, especially the fact that it happened after Festus Keyamo said that they're going to match Labour Party propaganda to propaganda, and then suddenly we had the news that someone cloned your identity. So my question is, how are you handling that incident, and how would you prevent that from happening? Is the UK government cooperating with you to make sure that this does not repeat? Is there someone in custody? Is there any form of case going on? I'm just so curious about this, sir.
Let me On behalf of the Obedient family, most sincerely congratulate you on your birthday. I know it was yesterday, but we're still on the even month. So our sincere congratulations. May God Almighty, who have been with you, bless you all this while, grant you many more healthy, fruitful, and happy years.
Thank you, sir.
And continue to bless you always.
Thank you, sir. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
For what happens, my sister was very surprising to me. I've been to the UK this year at least 4 times. When I went to Chatham House, when I was invited by the UK government, when I went to America, because before the elections, I was invited at the State House and facing. So I always passed through the UK. So it was a surprising thing to me to appear before. I've lived there, of course, for years. Still own a property there because that's where I lived before I became governor. And for me to appear at the airport and you were asked to sit down, I was surprised. But all this happened within a few minutes. I must say that I was happy it happened. Because there's so many dramas that happened in that trip that I can't tell because we are conversation in the phone, but I can tell you a very shocking thing when somebody now appears and shows you that your identity is duplicated. My first reaction is to say, well, it means nothing until I was referred to an expert on identity duplication who shocked me. My initial reaction is, this is nonsense. It doesn't mean anything to me. But when I now told a colleague and a friend of mine in the UK, he said, I'm going to refer you to identity duplication experts. And I went to see, after an hour, 20 minutes meeting, I came out shocked. Because I used to travel. Of course, first he told me, he said, Peter, listen, this is what, I don't want to call some countries that use it to track people. He said, Peter, you could be implicated for set off a rape. Because it's simple, you book a hotel, they book at the same hotel, they have their own gang who comes in there, you're in that hotel, set you up, at night somebody says, oh, you did this, and they call police. In the UK, everywhere in the Western world, this is a serious case that you can't get a bail for. It could be implicated in murder because it's your duplicate. And because it's your identity, you checked into the same hotel. They use it to check into the same hotel. Same thing goes if they are checking any luggage, the same thing. It went on and on and on, but thank God nothing happened. While they too are investigating, we hope. When I arrived after that, I was asked what went wrong. I explained to them. Well, they found out it's duplicated. They said they are looking into it. That's all I can say for now. I'm also very careful, extremely careful. I'm managing it. I'm hoping nothing goes wrong. But it all started from here. That's all I can tell you. It's something that started from Nigeria. And I'm being careful about it.
Thank you very much, sir. It's insane what you've been through in the course of this movement. And I for myself, I tell a whole lot of people that you're calm and everything, and I'm like, you guys have to really understand that this man himself is passing through a whole lot himself. And with the grace you use to take all what you're passing through, it's something that's worth emulating. So thank you very much for that, sir. Please make sure that you're always picking up, because one thing I want to assure you here is that you have the people. Do not forget, that's what you should understand. You do not ever have something and you keep quiet. You have the people behind you, strictly behind you. So please always speak out. The people, the office of the citizens are ready to always stand up for you. Please, where you feel you have to speak up, speak up. Thank you very much, sir.
I'm sure it will even get worse as we
Yeah,
go forward.
I will be here to fight for you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me bring in my co-host. N6 have been here for the longest. So N6, I don't know if your audio is good now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good evening, sir. I
Good
might
evening.
start this. I have to start somewhere and head somewhere, so that way we don't discuss tribunal in one question, then the next question we are discussing something totally different. Please, sir. Currently, the president-select of INEC, we cannot even verify his real name. So I might ask you one of the funniest questions, but please, let's start at the very beginning. Excuse me, sir. What is your name? Where are you from? Who is your father? How many siblings did your father give birth to? How many children do you have? Who is your wife? Just basic standard information that currently, as we speak, we cannot even swear that the person in Aso Rock can give this information accurately. So let's just start at the most basic. Who is Peter Obi from beginning? Introduce yourself to us, sir, like we've never met.
Very simple. My name is Peter Bradley. Deliberately, people will always ask me, why, even my own children, Dad, why did you leave this off? And I said to them, I don't know why my father gave me that name. Because, Peter, they say, is rock. Then my father gave me an Igbo name that says, Ongu Base. What it means that you can't die. So I said, what a combination. So let me remove this, because I must die one day. Why should you say you can't die? Obi, I was born in July 19th, 1961. So I was born after the independence. I always
And
say
we can go and verify this.
Of course.
God bless.
Born in where I was born, and I started my primary school in Holy Trinity Primary School. I was in 3 primary schools. The reason being that I had an auntie who was teaching. If she's transferred, she wants to go with me. And of course, I was born in a family of 10. My mother had 10 children, 10 of us. So we're quite a number. My parents lived in Onitsha. If you live in a town called Onitsha, everybody knows the supermarket they call Aldil So Supermarket. 75 to CKC in Onitsha knows me very well, because I passed where I was deputy discipline prefect before I left school, played for the junior football, at least in 1 or 2 matches. So I'm well known in the CKC. Who will tell you he doesn't know what am I? Because everybody knows where I was as a student, University of Nigeria and Sudan. Since then, so if you go there, they will tell you where. In fact, the current Vice Chancellor is my mate. We came in the same time, left the same time. The current DVC, the 2 deputy Vice Chancellors are all my mates. We came in the same year and left the same year. If you ask any of them, they will tell you, we are all the same family. Since then, I've been to other institutions for training, maybe a few months and everything. So when you do more than 3, call it seminars, you become a scholar. So I'm a Kellogg scholar. I've been to other ones which are not the ones like Harvard, Columbia. I'm a London School of Economics. I'm a alumnus of IMD in Switzerland, Institute of Management Development in Switzerland. I've been to INSEAD in France. So these are institutions and they're all recorded. If you go there, if you say, oh, has this man passed? If you look at my CV, you see what the training or seminar went there. It's recorded. You can go and verify them, all that. And of course, basically, I'm a trader. Started my trading life in Onitsha. And if you come to Onitsha, I still live in Onitsha. I'm speaking from you from Onitsha. Everybody knows it's the only place that I can live in Nigeria. It's the only place that I own a house that is my own. Built, bought land, built it in my own and live there and everything. And that's where I'm speaking to you from now. If you come to Onitsha, I tell people you're looking for P2P, they will tell you. Started my business, went into the corporate world where I sat in different companies as director. At a particular time, I was the youngest direct chairman of a bank in Nigeria. And I think it's still the same case. I was chairman of a bank at 38, 39, Fidelity Bank. At that time, I was also a director in 2 other banks, Canadian Express Bank. I was a director in about 8 companies, out of which about 6 of them are quoted. My commitment was on issue that has to do with development of a society, education, health, and pulling people out of poverty per capita. In education, you can go and verify. Anambra was #1. In health, you can go and verify. In pulling people out of poverty, you can go and ask Mr. Bakol or Samsudin, that was Minister of Finance then, ask them who is #1 in fighting poverty while we were there. Overall, we won the MDG, Millennium Development Goal, as the best performing state in Federal Republic of Nigeria. That started in the year 2000 and ended in year 2015. I became governor in 2006, was impeached, came back in 2007. We started in 2000. I was even chosen by federal government of Nigeria and the United Nations office in Nigeria to speak at the UN gathering to say our experience. I left in 2014 and have always said consistently, the day I left office, I did not owe salary to anybody, pension, gratuity, all that were being owed before I came into office, gratuity and pension, especially at local government level, totaling over 35 billion were cleared. I did not owe one contractor, one supplier. And this you can go and verify. And I had in 3 banks, Fidelity Bank, we had 12 billion naira left, $50 million. Access Bank of Nigeria, 12 billion naira, $50 million. Diamond Bank of Nigeria, Diamond Bank, $50 million, 12 billion.
You know, even look at how the election ran. Why are you interested in leading Nigeria? Just in 1 minute, just why are you? I mean, with all this stress, sir, I would have packed my bags and gone to
production and make it one of the great countries of the world. So I thank you people for all your sacrifice. Do not in any way feel dampened. Feel great because you've been part of this greatness.
Very much. It's a pleasure having you on the platform. Hopefully in 2 months' time will be us. Do not, you should understand, is that you have majority of Nigerians behind you, and majority of us we're going to stay with you to the very, very, very end. Thank you for choosing to do this with us on the Parallel Facts. Hopefully we have you again in 2 months' time. Hope you keep to your words by then, because we'll be disturbing you, and if you don't come, we will drag you. Thank you. And please, one more thing, do not apologize on behalf of the Obedience anymore. We are big enough to handle ourselves. Take care of yourself and your family. God bless you very, very much. Please. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you, sir. David, do you have any parting words? All right, I think we might have the space running for the next couple of hours. We just have reactions from people on the platform. So you can leave. You can take your leave anytime you want. We'll have reactions. We'll have reactions from our people. Thank you very much, sir, for having you here. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you. All right, guys. That was Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi himself. I'll be having reactions to the space as much as we can. Probably next few minutes, next few hours. We'll allow people come and react. I'm just so blown away because my DMs are a mess. I have over 1,000 messages in my DMs right
please
now.
Check your DM, please.
Oh, you say you don't send? So it's crazy, man. My DMs are something else. So I'm just trying to sort it out. And please, guys, we have over 100 and something speakers requesting the mic, and everybody cannot come up and speak. But we're going to allow people come up as much as possible. As we can see, Peter has promised that he's going to be a bi-monthly event. So hopefully, we keep it fresh again next time he comes back here and asks these questions. And hopefully the space crashing that affected us, we lost over 1 hour 30 minutes to the whole space crashing, him not able to come on space. So speak to him. I have to apologize to you personally for that. I wish you asked him your questions, but you see how it is here. So thank you, sir. Let me open the floor. I think I opened the floor right now for people to come in and give reactions, comments, whatever you think you have to say. I think it is now the time for us to have this conversation going forward. And let me bring in my brother Ibrahim. Ibrahim, can you hear me? Good evening, sir. Ibrahim, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I just want to bring it up. Good evening. I've just been listening. Good evening, everyone. The co-hosts, David, Pals, all the men, Baba Tunde, all the big Morris. I can see a lot of big names here. I'm very sorry, Sadem, if I've been a little bit quiet. Just to push my head small and just do small violence and go back. Thank God we are all here, and also keep thanking God that how will today be or tomorrow be if there are not obedience in Nigeria? And that's what I always ask myself. I think we are the defenders of the universe, not only Nigeria, because in the next, between now and when we are going to get our mandate back, it's going to be a very, very terrible time for almost all of us. But we have to stay together. We have to work together. We know what fascism will do to this country. Everybody knows. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of blackmail. There's going to be a lot of, we have seen it from Pat Otomi to others. They are coming down, including, they are going to throw everything. Now they have the army, they have the DSS, they have the police, they have their own INEC now. So you can see it's going to truth, and you have the people, you have everything. And that's what he needs to be a president. That's the mandate from people, which we already have as obedience. So I think we don't have anything to, as Principal just said, let's just see together. One, we need our vehicle. We have to show them that vehicle is very important to us, the Labour Party. They will use it to see how they are going to slow us. and also the way they deal with the Apapa case and things, other things like that. And up in the north here, you know, a lot of the structures we have in the north have been dissolved themselves to other parties. So we really need to start thinking how to bring them back together, because we really need everybody to work from every part of the country. Just people that are staying in Lagos, they know what they have done to Lagos and why they call them the landlord. So if you think we want to do the kind of replica of it, that's why we start seeing Sarido Combo on this. So you can see what they want to do. It's a lot of state capture plus organized crime, all put in the same basket. It's not going to be an easy task for anybody. So I think we need each other. I think this is the best place I have ever find myself. I've been an obedient, being with people that have Nigeria on their utmost priority. I know we're not going to keep quiet. We're always going to give them auto, as we said it all the time. Nobody will take it for granted. We're going to push. I love about Obi President's wife is saying that they have enough money not to look for Nigerian money. Everybody start pasting what she has said before. So I so much love the speed at which we get our information, the speed. A lot of people here help us to get things started. I always tell them, I said, and one of the things I love too about obedience and also this kind of violence space, that a lot of people here have a job to do. We are not people that are dependent on government. Most of us, people will still talk about us. I'm so sure of that. The kind of caliber of people that I'm seeing here, I'm so much believe in the next 100 years, as old people in our old time, we're still going to talk about this. I'm still going to tell people how we struggle to stand against the ties and also fight the status quo. Doing the right thing. I'm telling you, it's because of us here. I'm telling you, they're going to do it. Not because of anything. Because they definitely, these young people will never agree. They tell us to go and vote, and we have voted. And we know exactly what we voted for. Nobody can change it, no matter what they want to say. Nobody, they knew, we know what we are doing. Nobody will look at the faces here and say, look at these people, they don't know what they are doing. I know a lot of gaslighting, they will see them, they will say this one, all. But just open their page, just read 1, 2, 3 of their posting. You know, they are just saying what they are. So Sadem, thank you so much for keeping us up to today, what we have done. And we just have to be together. His activities, it's a government contract. How is he going to say, continue your business, do whatever you want to do. But you have to remember you have a family. That family is the obedient family. And this obedient family is not about you. It's not about Peter Obi. It's not about anybody. It's about Nigeria itself. And the person that rejected this inauguration performance, we see how happy we are. There is a lot of people that will stick to what. Every time I wake up, I tell people, and we have already told God this is what is happening to us. And we have prayed. And we will walk our ass. And we have cried for this country. They allocated 6 million to us. I know it's just allocated because they are messing up with the wrong generation. A lot of the young people that believe that, okay, let me just follow APT so that I become a PA or a SC. Some of us, and the faces I'm seeing here, it's not about PE, and not about SC, it's not about talking. Most of the people that I see here, they are the people that just want a bit. We people, he go to jail. Someone that violated some standard, you understand? A level. A lot of people that here have set a standard. Because we have traveled, we have seen what standard is in restaurants. And that's what you're asking. We said, okay, if these people can do it in their places, why not in Nigeria? Why not we test the same thing? That's what we're asking. We're not saying reduce the cost for us. Or we don't want to pay. We just want minimum requirement standard to live as humans, to shoulder high and say, yes, we are Nigerians. And we have the best of brands. That's what I'm just saying. Thank you. We can't say enough thank you. And we have to keep working, more especially up in the north here. I told them, we have to continue what we are doing. They have to see our logo everywhere. We have to take off, more especially this issue of drugs. And now with this menace of phone snatching, everybody organize ourselves in different smaller organizations, skills, anything we think we can do to liberate people, because they weaponize poverty here up in the north. So that's what their positions, those guys acting them. If you think of Zamfara, they will see somebody as a Zamfara person being unobedient from Zamfara, or being a Labour Party person in Zamfara, somebody very close to them. So we move this kind of activities to them. What our principal is saying about the Almajiri and other these things, we take them practical, so that we are not in government, but we are still solving those problems. That's what I want us to do. If we do that, at least we'll be loved. Our principal, 30,000 solid Nigerians that believe in Nigeria, they have Nigeria, 30,000. This space. And this is just what we can see from the what is rated. Snap their own picture. Compare the names, compare the people. Just so that you can see. So if we 30,000 of solid of us, and I yield my mic.
Thank you very much, my brother Ibrahim. Thank you. It's always a pleasure listening to you speak. Thank you for the work you're doing also on the grassroots. Thank you so much. All right, let me bring in Mr. Dr. Vince. One more time I have to apologize to you. I don't even know if you want to make a submission now, because you can't ask a question anymore, but I'll allow you come in right now. And please, guys, we'll have the space going on for long. Also, let me just use this few seconds to sell our market parallel facts. Please hope you're following parallel facts. Subsequent spaces will be held on that handle. I don't know why this was follow parallel facts. Dr. Vince, can you come in right now? If not, I have to take the next hand up, which is Call Me Lexi Duke. Thank you.
Thank you, Saddam. I will go ahead and still ask that you go through what I was going to go through with PO. I'm going to be very fast, though. Thank you for squeezing me in. You know, we really thank our principal for having the best interest of Nigeria at heart. We know many countries have their interest. The question for us, Obedience, has always been, who has the best interest of Nigeria collectively at heart? So, you know, obviously we thank him. And, you know, when he visited us in California last summer in Beverly Hills, Hilton, the atmosphere was electric, full of energy and hope. Nigerians from all backgrounds were there, some other Africans, and even some African Americans, Saddam. We all walked away from that event feeling that we were in the verge of history. A new Nigeria, a new Africa was imminent. And we made that history on February 25th, 2023. We all know what we all did. A lot of people don't want to be public with some of the things, but we did our best. And, you know, we are in court now. And we commend PO for his courage and staying power. I was even mocked, but that's another thing. We are all new in this, and we're going to stay with PO till the end. You know, what baffles us now, Saddam, what baffles many of us Obedience in the USA is what the Biden administration is doing in sending delegation to Abuja for this inauguration. It baffles us, and it's very confusing knowing that US is a champion of democracy around the world. And with all the information available to them through various channels about this election process, and they seem to be legitimizing this incoming government. So I was going to ask PO to talk about that. Just tell us something about it. So I don't know if I missed any of this. Maybe this was covered already. Saddam, if it was covered already, can you shed some light? Thank you so much for what you're doing. We know that this is a marathon, and we are going to stay the course. Saddam, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vince. I don't know which part you say what was covered. If you could rephrase the question, or you want a submission on me, or you just want
I wanted to know, I was going to ask PO if he could talk about the issue of Biden administration sending the delegation to Abuja. Yes, if he could talk about it.
First of all, I'll say, I think David made a thread about that. Yeah, they sent the 13th, I think, in ranking. The person is 13th in position in ranking. First of all, I think for the biggest black nation in the world, if Nigeria was poised to be truly that biggest black nation, giant of Africa. I think US would have sent at least he would have sent, if it was not available, he would have sent Kamala, his deputy, or probably the third ranking person. But he had to send the 13th. But I feel like, even though I am not making peace of Biden, I feel like it still shows that he has not called this man. There's no open record of him saying he has called this man. Unlike other presidents, you see they call to congratulate the presidential candidate. He has not called him. But nations have to, in the sake of, for in case of foreign affairs policies, they just have to. These are things that have to be done. Things that have to be done. So I think we are in court, and when we prove in court and we get back our mandate back, they will still come out and make the real statement. So, but for now, I just feel like that's just my own view of the whole stuff. He does not rate this man. If he had rated him, at least he would have made a call. But let's. I'll allow other people probably answer these. Maybe people that have better understanding on this than me. But I don't feel that is my own opinion, though. Okay, let me jump on to the next person. Mr. Kolade, you've been here, sir. Good evening. You have the space.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening to all the comrades out there. Yeah, this is another milestone. Thank you, everyone. We pulled this through. Yes, as our leader said, there's no cause for alarm. We are entering into another level with the next phase, and we are going to see this phase to the end. We're going to get our mandate back, and when we get it back, God willing, he's going to become the president. To use the platform we have today to address, in quotes, the Agbadorians and the people from the other side, so that they know that it's just a journey. When it happens, he's still going to be the president for all. So that is what I wanted him to help us address them, because we added a whole lot of them on the platform today. And it's just so interesting how interested they are in getting to hear from him. But above all, kudos to everyone and to all the big handles out there tonight. Please, let us, from this moment onward, let us double whatever effort we've been putting in. Let us double it right now, and let us begin to amplify whatever we have been amplifying before now, and to let the judges know again that truly we are watching them, and we will not let them do any mago as we call it in Nigeria. Thank you so much, and God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kolade. I think Pio will not say that. That's why we say he should defend himself. We will defend ourselves. It is important we note that, and we say this to all these children of the roasted corn listening to us, that we are more in number than you guys. On air, off air, online, offline, you guys don't have the numbers. You did not win the elections, and you guys know it. You stole these elections, and we will get back our mandate. It's important you guys understand this, and be humble. Be humble, because when we get back our mandate, of which we will, you guys will understand why I said be humble now. Obedience, I just want to say this real quick. Please apply pressure on the judiciary. They came out complaining yesterday saying that Obedience, they didn't call Obedience, they said opposition. Please put that pressure on them. Do not stop. Put the pressure on them. Let them understand that this judgment is one judgment that you cannot steal from the people. In the court of public opinion, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is guilty as charged. He's a criminal. He perjured himself. He did not fulfill the constitution. And such a person should not be our next president. So it is important we state this for everybody to understand, that our pressure will be times 2. And the worst thing you will ever want to have is an obedient as opposition. You will not sleep any night in Aso Rock with peace. You can't sleep at Aso Rock with peace. For the rest of the days you spend at Aso Rock, till we get back our mandate, you won't have peace. Because you stole from the people that will be on your neck till they get back their mandate. It's very, very important you understand that. Well, let me bring in Mr. Baron. Baron, you can come up right now and you have the space. Please, sir, I think you have something important to announce. You can go on now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Saddam, and thank you, everyone that's on this space and who've heard our principal spoke. I'm only interested in actually giving everybody an up-to-date as to where we are in relation to our case in court. So as I've always said, and I said initially when we started the space, nothing so far